Good morning, children. This is Sujna, your English teacher. How are you all? I am fine. Today we are going to start a new lesson. It is very interesting, and the name of the lesson is The Wise Judgment. All of you pick up your English textbook, go to page number 85 and get ready with your pencil. Go to page number 85, The Wise Judgment. All of you see this picture. What do you find in this picture? Just tell me. Whom do you see in this picture? Yes, you can see a poor traveler in the picture. And what do you think that he is carrying in his hand? What is there in his hand? He is carrying a piece of dry bread in his hand. Next one. If you have no food during travel, where do you eat? If you want to eat something during your travel, where do you eat? Normally, we eat at hotel. What is needed to eat in a hotel? If you want to eat in a hotel, you need to have money in your hand to buy the food. Next one. When there is no money, is it possible to eat in a hotel? No. When you have no money, is it possible to buy the food in the hotel? No, it's impossible to eat the food in the hotel when you don't have the money. All of you go to page number 86. And this is a reading card. All of you listen carefully. You have to read it later. A poor traveler was walking through the streets of a town. He had little to eat for 2 days. He had spent his last penny, and all that remained in his pockets was a piece of dry bread. So the story starts with a traveler. Traveler. All of you underline the word traveler. What is the meaning of traveler? A person who is traveling is called a traveler. So he was very poor and he was walking on the streets of the town. He had very little to eat for 2 days and he had spent all his money. Here underline the word penny. Pennies means coins, money in the form of coins. So he spent his last penny and what he has with him is just a piece of dry bread. He had nothing to eat, he just had that piece of dry bread. As he passed by an eating house, he saw several people sitting around the fire, eating and drinking. On the fire, there was a large cooking pot full of wheat beans, giving out a delicious smell that would make a hungry man's mouth water. So on his way, he just passed by an eating house. An eating house is nothing but a place where we can get the food items. And there he saw many people and they were sitting around the fire and there was a big large cooking pot kept on the fire and they were preparing meatballs and it was giving very delicious smell. Okay, so there people are sitting around the fire, they are eating and drinking and this poor man was very hungry so as soon as he smelled that delicious smell his mouth started watering. Go to next one. The owner of the eating house stood there serving his customers. He asked the traveler if he wanted to buy some meatballs, but the poor man turned away. A man without money can never buy anything, he said. However, the traveler walked to and fro, enjoying the smell. So what happened? The owner of that eating house, he was standing there and he was serving his customers. He was giving the food items to the persons who are buying it. And he asked this traveler, do you want to buy any meatball? But this poor man did not have money, so he just turned away. that time the owner of the eating house, he said, "You don't have money, so a man without money can never buy anything," he said sarcastically. So, but the traveler did not go away. He walked to and fro. He was just enjoying the delicious smell coming out of the pot. What he did? He took the piece of dry bread from his pocket and he just held it over the pot. After a minute or 2 minutes, he slowly ate the bread and he tried to imagine how it would have tasted with the meatballs. This was only by smelling the meatballs. The eating house keeper got angry when he saw the man doing this. So, what this poor traveler did? He took the bread out of his pocket and he just held it over the pot so that that bread will absorb the smell coming out of the pot. After 2 minutes, he ate that bread piece and he was just imagining like he was eating the bread with the meatballs. So the eating house owner, he got very angry. He took hold of his arms roughly and hurried him around the corner to the magistrate's court. All of you underline the word magistrate. What do you mean by magistrate? A magistrate is a person who works as a judge in a law court. So magistrate is none other than a judge. Okay, so the judge, he went, that eating house owner, he took this person to the magistrate's court. Now it so happened that Nasruddin, the scholar, was acting as the magistrate that day. That day, who was the magistrate? Nasruddin. You might have heard so many stories about stories of Nasruddin in your childhood. So that day, Nasruddin was acting as the magistrate. Nasruddin was a scholar. He means he was a learned person. He was very intelligent. So that day, who was the magistrate? Nasruddin was the magistrate that day. When he asked what the matter was, the eating house keeper said to him, "This man came into my eating house without any money and helped himself to the smell of the meatballs which were being cooked in the pot. He must be forced to pay me." So when Nasruddin asked what was the matter, so that eating house keeper, he said, "Majesty, this person came into my place and he did not have any money, but he kept the piece of bread over the cooking pot so that his bread can absorb the smell of the meatballs. For taking this one, he has to pay me." The scholar said to the traveler, "Do you have anything to say on your side?" So Nasruddin asked the traveler, "Do you want to tell anything from your side?" "I am a poor man. I cannot pay him as he wants. Please forgive me and let me go on my way," replied the traveler. The poor traveler, he was very poor now. He did not have anything to give him. So he asked, "Please forgive me. I just want to leave from this place," said the traveler. "Don't worry, I will pay him on behalf of you," said the scholar. So Nasruddin said, "You don't worry, I will pay for you." "Sir, I am grateful to you," said the traveler humbly. So the traveler felt very happy and he said, "Sir, I am very grateful to you." The eating house keeper felt happy and thought that he would receive a good amount of money from the scholar. So what this eating house keeper was thinking? He was thinking that he could get the money from the scholar. The scholar took 2 pennies from his pocket. Means he took 2 coins and he put them between his hands and shook them together backwards and forward against the eating housekeeper's right ear. So the scholar, what he had done, he had taken the 2 coins and he kept them between the 2 hands and he started shaking both of his hands backward and forward. And he just kept his hands near the eating house keeper's right ear so that he can hear the sound of the coins. Can you hear anything? He asked the man. Yes, sir, I can, the eating house keeper replied. All of you see in this picture what this person is doing. The person the person in the blue dress, he was the magistrate. He was Nasruddin. He just kept the coins inside his hands and he started shaking the hands. And the person next to Nasruddin was the eating housekeeper. And you can see a person near the donkey. That person was the poor traveler. All of you go to page number 88. Now, can you still hear something? The scholar asked, and he shook the 2 pennies together against the man's left ear. This time, the scholar, he shook the 2 coins against the left man's left ear. Previously, he did it with his right ear. Yes, sir, I can still hear the pennies shaking together. But why are you doing this? So, the eating housekeeper asked the scholar. Sir, but why are you shaking your hands? Why are you making the sound of coins? The scholar put the pennies back in his pocket and answered, surely the sound of money is a fair payment for the smell of meatballs. I have therefore paid twice, and that is more than enough. Let this poor traveler continue his journey. Means the scholar said, the sound of the coins, the sound of the money is the payment for the smell of meatballs. But I have given you 2 times now, that is more than enough, and this poor traveler can continue his journey. So this is the story of Nasruddin and the poor traveler and the eating house keeper. So what is the moral of the story? Tit for tat. So for smelling, the eating house keeper wanted to collect money for smelling the smell of meatballs. What Nasruddin did? He just gave the sound of the coins as the payment for the smell of meatballs. This is called tit for tat. Okay, all of you look at the glossary. Traveler, a person who is traveling. Customer, a person who buys things. Magistrate, judge in a law court. Scholar, a learned person. Pennies, coins or money. Against, in opposition to. Journey, an act of traveling. All of you look at the question and answers of this lesson. First one, why did the traveler's mouth water? The poor traveler saw a large cooking pot full of meatballs giving out a delicious smell that made the traveler's mouth water. Second question, why was the eating housekeeper angry? The traveler took the piece of dry bread out of his pocket and held it over the pot. After a minute or two, he slowly ate the bread by the imagination of the smell of meatballs. The eating housekeeper got angry when he saw the man doing this. What was the demand of the eating housekeeper? The demand of the eating housekeeper was money from the poor traveler for the smell of meatballs. How did the traveler satisfy his hunger? The traveler satisfied his hunger by smelling the meatballs. He ate his piece of dry bread. Fifth question. If you were the traveler in the story, how would you respond to the eating housekeeper's demand? If I were the traveler, I would respond just like the scholar in this story for the demand of the eating housekeeper. Sixth question. Do you agree with the judgment of the scholar? Why? Yes, I absolutely agree with the judgment of the scholar because the way of treatment is correct. Children, all of you go through these questions once again. They are very easy. Learn the reading card and glossary. All of you go to page number 89. Here they have given some activity. Roman number 2. Choose the right answers to the following questions. Only a piece of bread is left in the traveler's pocket because answer A. He spent his last penny. Second one. The fair payment for the smell of food is answer sound of the pennies. Third one. The owner of the eating house was serving his customers. Fourth one, to make his bread piece tasty, the traveler held his bread over the pot. This eating housekeeper held the traveler hand roughly. Okay, ma? That's all for today. All of you go through these activities once again. Take care. Bye.